Seedance 2's text-to-video mode doesn't support starting frames, but I chained 5 clips into one continuous fight scene anyway. Here's the workaround. To make Seedance 2 start from an opening frame or an opening image, we simply add the image as a reference and then refer to it directly in the prompt, usually after we describe the scene, or we can also open with it in the first sentence where we just say this is the starting position. You might be thinking, why don't we just use the start from an image or start from a frame feature and not bother with this? And the reason is because if we do that, we lose all of our references. Let me show you what I mean. So we're in the OpenArt interface, and as you can tell in the text to video interface, we have 15 references available. But as soon as we go to the frame to video, we have no references available. So we have no ability to maintain our character consistency. That's why we can't use frame to video. And although text to video doesn't have a slot allocated towards starting frame, now you know how to get around that. Since we're going to pick up the video where another scene left off, let me show you how to extract a frame out of a previous video so you can use it as your starting frame. OpenArt does that in a very simple way. You simply go to the video that you want to get the last frame from, and there's an option inside of OpenArt that allows you to grab a frame from that video. So once we select grab a frame, we get a slider for the video in increments of 1/10 of a second. We just move the slider to wherever we want to take the frame, and in our case, we want it where they're face-to-face, the very last face-to-face in the video, and select download frame, and that's it. So now we have the frame we need to resume the new video exactly where the last one left off. So now we have everything we need to complete the story arc that we started in the last video. And to do that, we're going to create an additional 6 15-second segments to tie it all together. Let's get into it. Before we dive into the prompt, let me introduce you to the characters that will appear in the prompt. We have a T-Rex, a dad, a mom, and a baby Triceratops. These were all predefined characters inside of OpenArt. All right, so now we can dig into the prompt, and as you can tell, it's quite detailed. Now remember, the point of these prompts is to maintain the detailed cinematic camera angles and views that was provided by a tool like SmartShot, but it can also be produced through Gemini Pro or any other AI tool. And if you haven't seen the previous video to see how we got here, I'll include a link in the description. So I explained the scene to Gemini Pro, and then it generated the prompt and used placeholder names so that I could swap those names with my preferred references, just like last time. So I went through the prompt and replaced all of the references to the dad Triceratops, mom, baby, T-Rex, etc. with our characters. And then to maintain the environment, we're going to go ahead and use the same environmental picture we were using in the previous video. And notice in the prompt, when it describes the environment in words, I add the reference image to the end of it so that Seedance 2 knows what the environment is supposed to look like. It's the exact same methodology that we're using for the starting frames. All right, so the purpose of the prompt is to accelerate time to normal speed and have the fight commence. And the mother and the baby should look on concerned. Did you know that pressing the like button not only helps my generations turn out better, they also help yours? If you click the like button, your next AI prompt will work on the first try. I'm not saying it's magic, but I'm not saying it's magic. Let's see what it looks like. Wow, I think that looks fantastic. It looks like somebody hit that like button. Thank you. The video literally picked up right where the last one left off using the frame we provided, which is what I was looking for. The sound effects are a little wonky, but I think it's a great start to the new video, so let's move on to scene 2. All right, so scene 2 is a continuation of scene 1, and in this case, the T-Rex is going to start to get the upper hand on the dad Triceratops. So I need to change the environment image so that it has more of a spatial awareness. So I went back to a preview shot from one of the SmartShot scenes before, and that gives us a little bit more room. And then I also need to update the starting frame for scene 2. So we're just going to go grab a frame out of the video we just created, the final frame, and that becomes the starting point for scene 2. So there's more than one way to give Seedance 2 a starting frame and a text prompt, and this is another way. I literally say opens in position, and then I just give it a reference to the frame that we want to use. I also add in the environmental reference after it describes the environment, like we always do. And I also go through the entire prompt and change the placeholder names with the names of our characters. So this pattern is going to repeat throughout all of our prompts. All right, let's generate the video and see what we get. Ah, yeah, that's what I was looking for. So dad rushed in to save baby from the T-Rex, and now he's starting to lose that fight because the T-Rex is just too powerful. But mom sees it, and she's not letting him go down alone. Oh no, they're in this together. Let's stage a rescue. So scene 3 is going to, of course, pick right up where scene 2 left off. And the purpose of scene 3 is the mama Triceratops has had enough. She's not letting her man get beat up by the T-Rex. The only one that can hurt him is her. So she's coming to the rescue. In order to make that happen, we're going to take our prompt from whatever source we prefer. We're going to add in the same environmental image we've been using, and then we're going to change the starting frame to the ending frame of the video we just produced. Make all the changes inside of the prompt so we're going to the correct references, and then we see if mom saves the day. Oh yeah, that's what T-Rex gets for messing with dad and baby. Mom came in and gave him the gore on the side and then used dad to trip him. So now he's down on his side in the mud and mom and dad are angry. T-Rex is about to have a very bad day. The tables have suddenly turned on the T-Rex and mom and dad Triceratops are mighty upset about Mr. T-Rex trying to make a snack out of Junior. They're looking for revenge. To set up scene 4, we're going to follow the same pattern we always have. We're going to maintain our environment. We're going to grab the final frame from the last video segment, use it as our starting frame, and we're going to swap the names in the prompt. This prompt is going to focus on a coordinated attack against the T-Rex to drive it away. So here's the final frame that we're going to grab as our starting frame. And here's our environmental image that we're going to reuse. And now it's time to see what we get. Up to this point, our videos have been 15 seconds of usable video, so no real editing required. This video started out great with mom and dad putting the hooves and the horns to the T-Rex, but at the end of the video, it shifted to just the mom and the T-Rex in a cutscene, so I'll need to cut that part out. But since I really liked the way scene 4 started out, I decided to make a continuation of scene 4, focusing on the T-Rex fleeing. So as usual, I'm going to go to Gemini Pro and describe the situation that I want to create. It'll give me the prompt for it. And oftentimes, as I've shown in previous videos, I will upload the frame that I want it to start with or the actual video that I want it to start with so that it generates a scene that flows properly. And that's what I did in this case. I just gave it the whole video, but I cut it off to where I wanted it to resume and let it work its magic. So we have the prompt from Gemini Pro. I've made all of the changes to it. I'm going to go ahead and give the same environmental image that we've been using. And then I'm going to use the frame, the final frame of the segment or the cut scene that I liked in the video we just created as our starting point, and we will resume from there. So we're going to do the same thing we do with all the prompts. We're just going to replace the names in the prompt that's generated by Gemini with our actual references. And notice in this one, I removed the baby reference because it's not used in the scene, and I don't want to give Seedance 2 a reason to hallucinate and put the baby in there anyway because it's still in the references. So the idea in this prompt is to chase the T-Rex back into the tree line to protect the baby, but not pursue him into the jungle. All right, we're ready to see what we get. That looks great. For those of you that don't speak trike, I'll translate. The mom and dad are yelling at the T-Rex as they're chasing him. You better run, or we're about to put a horn right up your beep. So the vast majority of this video is usable, but we did get some morphing at the end, which I'll show you here. So we got some sort of a weird combination of the T-Rex face and the mom Triceratops face. So of course, the first thing I decided to do was fix the couple of seconds of video glitch. We could have just let it go, but I decided to fix it. And let me show you what happened during that process. So we have two ways to try to fix this. One, we can just go modify the video itself, which is what we're going to try first. Again, OpenArt tries to make this easy for us. We just go into the video we're interested in and we select modify video. Then from within that video, they give us a slider. And the idea is to pick the part of the video that you actually want to modify. We need between 8 seconds and 12 seconds. That's where our glitch occurs. So we'll go ahead and select that. And then once we say confirm, that's the part of the video that we're going to edit. So once we're in the edit panel, now we're in a situation where we have to decide what model we want to use for the edit. And then there's different prompt syntaxes depending on how you want to modify the video. And this can lead to some rather odd outputs. This is why oftentimes we don't bother editing the existing videos. We just create a new video segment. We generate a new one. Let me explain. So as you can see, there's a lot of different model choices, but it didn't default to Seedance 2. So I'm going to move it back to Seedance 2 because that's what we generated the main video in. And we get an error message saying it needs the frame rate. So it's losing track of the frame rate. And the only way to get around that is to actually download the little video segment and then upload the video segment again and then have Seedance to modify it. Now notice we do have reference slots, so I'm going to use it. So here I'm just saying correct the morphed face on the Triceratops on the left and use the reference for mom to do it. Now in hindsight, I probably should have said just swap the head, but I didn't word it that way. So here you can see Seedance 2 just ignored the prompt. So I tried to do it again with Seedance 2 and it ignored the prompt again. And honestly, that's been my experience with Seedance 2 with modifies. It doesn't work too well, so I tend to use WAN 2.7. Now, WAN 2.7 did modify the face, but it also changed the tone or the skin tone of the Triceratops. So I mean, it fixed the morphing on the face, but it caused another problem. So I've tried this a couple of different times with WAN 2.7, and let's go ahead and try Happy Horse, and Happy Horse ignored the morphing face. And keep in mind, yeah, see, so here we go again. We tried a couple of times, and now this is Kling 3.0 Omni, and it decided that it'd make it green instead. And you can see that I'm modifying the prompt a little bit, trying to get it to adhere to this, but overall the modifies don't tend to work very well. And they're also not cost effective compared to just generating a new 4-second video with the model of your choice using the references you want. So let me show you how I actually fixed it. So modifying the existing videos didn't work too well. Another option is just to recreate the 4-second section that we need. And in our case, that's pretty straightforward because we can grab the frame in the video at 8 seconds and then grab the frame in the video at 12 seconds. And that gives us a starting and an ending frame. And then we can use the frame to video option for Seedance. Then we just describe what we want to have happen, and it's a very inexpensive gen, and we can always upscale if we like it later. Now I've got these muted since I'm doing voiceovers, but obviously we didn't want the collision, so let's try again. Eureka! We got exactly what we needed there. We ran right up to the tree line and then they stopped, which is the intent of the scene. So problem solved. Let's move on to scene 5. All right, so in scene 4, Mom and Dad chased away a hungry T-Rex, so in scene 5, they're now going to return to a eager junior. We're just going to follow the standard routine with the prompts. Same thing as always, we have to add the baby Triceratops back in as a reference. We're going to maintain our environmental image, the same one we've been using all along, and then we need the starting frame for scene 5. So there's our environment, and here's our final frame from the previous video, our starting frame for this one. With all the pieces in place, let's see what we get. Absolutely perfect. And oh, the things parents will do for their children. So now we can bring part two to a close with the final scene from the T Rex looking on as the trike family walks away from the tree line and showing visible wounds from the fight. We're going to use the same environmental image we've been using, but we're not going to use a starting frame this time since the perspective is different. We're in the T Rex's perspective looking out at the trike family. So let's see what we get. That's exactly how I wanted the final scene to end. The T Rex is wounded and walking off, plotting its revenge, and they all live to fight another day. Although the final scene looked fantastic, there were a lot of regenerations I had to do to get it. For instance, in this case, it shows four Triceratops, a family of four instead of a family of three. And then it did it again. So I started modifying the prompt after I tried one more time, and instead of getting four, this time I got two. So then I literally said in the prompt a family of three, exactly three, and named them. And then there was a height difference where the mom was significantly shorter than the dad. So then I changed the prompt and said the mom and the dad are the same height. And ultimately, that's how we got to the final scene that I showed. So now we can take all of our scenes, combine them together into one long video with the fixes in place, and see what our final video looks like. I'm really happy with the way the final video turned out. I think they just keep getting better and better. And I hope that as people see me do this, they realize that they can do it too. OpenArt provides a wide range of tools that really allow you to be creative, even if you don't have any artistic or film background or anything like that. I certainly don't, yet I'm very happy with the way we can produce these things. I hope you've enjoyed this, and if you've learned anything, I hope you'll consider liking and subscribing, and I hope to see you around for the next one.